couldn't look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. Before you play, better button check. Button check.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a beautiful Monday morning here at Button Check. We got a very juicy, as you know, CEO took place last night.
Yep.
Top 8. It was going down, man. There was so many stories. We have to do multiple shows just to cover all the stories, but we're gonna get to the meat of it right now. So the biggest issue with CEO right off the bat is it was like big. It was like 50-60% of players were having travel arrangement issues, like flights were being canceled left and right. Right here, the first one that caught my eye right here was the Street Fighter account that tweeted, "Breaking my heart seeing all the members of the FGC running into travel problems this weekend. Not sure if there's any resource here. Safe travels to anyone completing their journey to CEO this morning or later on today." People pretty much kept on tweeting. Antonio tweeting over here saying, "What the fuck, Delta? Me and K-Brad just waited hours to fix our flights and now it's canceled." Basically, you saw those twites everywhere right here.
Those twites?
Those twites. Commander Jesse was posting them twice as well, saying it feels like everybody's getting bodied. And basically it got to the point where even Sonic Fox kind of called it out and he was like, yo, it seems like multiple people's flights keep getting canceled. Is there no way of pushing pulls back?
No.
And then,
no,
right.
I'm sorry.
Well, check it out.
First off, it's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, you can't, hey, so many people. It's like, is it really that many people or is it names? You know what I mean?
Like big names.
I think it's big names rather than tons of regular people. You know, you can't change polls and cheating because of a name. It's flight got canceled. That's not on anybody.
And then it got to the point where Jabali had to jump in and he said, "Guys, I've been chatting with the staff nonstop since last night because we care. This event is just too large to do anything other than wait at least 30 minutes before dequeuing in the early waves, but there's really nothing we can do without affecting the entire weekend. I'm sorry." And then people pretty much were like, you know, we respect that because like Rick was saying, there was there was a lot of people on top of this just complaining about the venue period. Like people were saying like fucking Florida sucks or Daytona this and that and yada yada.
Daytona Beach?
Exactly.
Y'all acting like y'all don't get any sun and seeing girls in bikinis and stuff ain't fun.
Yeah, but people got to realize, man, Jabali was trying to do something amazing this year. He grew the tournament big time. Big time. He was doing all kinds of stuff for us.
Bro, the ring.
For us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Respect the hustle, man. We love to complain in the FGC. Like, shit.
It looks slick. The ring looks slick. They're doing the finals and everything. I was like, man, this looks legitimate. This is way better than last year's venue. It looks like a better show.
Right. Which they were able to do. You know, they always do the ring. That's why they were going to do, they wanted to do the wrestling with Kenny Omega, which brings us to the next topic.
Yeah, the next topic.
Okay.
I love the clickbaity title. Kenny Omega comments on allowing sex offender to wrestle at CO.
This was a huge topic right here. Now, I'll tell you what happened if you don't know. Of course, they had the matches. Kenny Omega set up what's called a dark match where he had like some lesser known talent kind of wrestle it out. Local talent. And he was like, you know, it's just my way of giving love back to the community, right? Yeah. Wrong, I guess, because turns out one of the wrestlers involved in that by the name of Chasen Rents, if I pronounce that, is a convicted sex offender. The dude goes like way back, I guess, with Kenny. Now, we'll break it down right here. This is a picture. They blasted this dude. I feel sorry for this dude in a way. Well, maybe not. Maybe not if he's a sex offender, but in a way, like, check this out. So, apparently, the dude was born in '83. They put all his information out there. So apparently this happened back in, 2011, I guess. And it said the victim was 12 to 15 years old.
But on the real, like people are kind of mad at Kenny Omega right now. How could you do that? Maybe he didn't know. He sounds like he didn't know.
That's the debate.
That's
the exact debate.
That's like if we did a comedy video or we did a button check with someone, or we had a guest on Bogus Journeys. That's like if we had a guest on Bogus Journeys and we're like, oh yeah, we seen him around the scene, we invited him, and then we find out he's a child molester. We didn't know, you know what I mean? Or like a year later we have him on again, but we find out during that year he molested someone. We didn't, and we didn't know about it. You know what I mean? Like,
now that's a good damn point because that's the debate. Now here's where it gets juicy. Now first of all, this dude posts right here. He says, look, the accusations of racism, because on top of all this, Kenny Omega was actually accused of being racist not too far ago. I didn't talk about it because I thought it was just simply bullshit. And he says, the accusations of racism were all fucking bullshit, and I stood by Kenny there. but this one kind of needs an explanation. I've been reserving judgment / holding out, hoping until Kenny actually says something, but he does gotta say something. Then Kenny kind of replies to it. So then Kenny replies, here it is. I produced all the matches for the dark match on. I gave a ring crew, also wrestling school, carte blanche to have the first dark. No entrance, no name, graphics, and thus they had a match. I met Chasen once in 2004, so his name was familiar. The other guy, he's never met. Then he goes on to say, regardless of their history or whatever, this crew of people were all very helpful in the setup and the teardown and various odd jobs around the area. I felt giving them the opportunity to have a dark match was the least I could do as a way to show appreciation. Then he finishes up by saying, I'm gutted that people feel betrayed by their involvement, but at no point did I feel I was working with criminals or anything of the sort. As I said earlier, they were nothing but polite and helpful throughout the entire experience. Kenny Omega actually posted more, but this is pretty much the bottom line of what he did. And some people are not believing Kenny at all. They're actually saying, wait, I can't believe comments aren't here all polishing Kenny's balls. He's literally using, I had no idea that the pederast on my show was a pederast despite mountains of evidence and a criminal conviction because I was too lazy to look him up. Defense.
Okay. I call bullshit on this fool. Get that camera fucking back up here right now.
Put it on.
Okay.
No editing.
Y'all need to understand the nature of entertainment work in general. Okay. It is contract work.
Okay.
It is 1099. You take care of your own taxes.
Okay.
Okay? You're using production companies. You expect the production company you purchase to have upstanding people. You're in entertainment. You've been on commercials.
That's a good
I've done
point.
Extra work.
Like
you ever
check
get
it
a
out.
background check?
Check it out. Real talk. I've been in entertainment. I've done stand-up comedy for years.
Yeah.
All right. Anytime I've ever done a show, they don't do background checks or anything like that. A lot of dudes, like you see, how many celebrities are criminals?
Felons.
A lot of them.
Felons.
But
they're comedians that are felons.
Yeah, because it's not something that's technically corporate in a way to we have to do the P test and all that stuff. No. Now, some people were saying, well, it's not like he was wrestling kids up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's fucking doing wrestling. You know, like, why do we even care?
Yeah.
Now, of course, we care that he's a bad guy and all that shit. But he's just entertaining, so why do we even care what happened back in 2011? What do you guys think about that argument? Since he was wrestling, he wasn't working with children, per se. Do you think that this issue should have been... Do you think it's a big deal, is what I'm saying? Of course it's a big deal that he's a pedophile.
It's kind of a big deal.
But is it a big deal that he was wrestling that night?
The FGC is all kinds of different ages. And wrestling fans are kids. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a productions company fault because they, Kenny was like, you guys can have your amateur retros. This is what you guys do. And those dudes don't really know who their boy is.
Right. Let us know your thoughts on that, whether you think it's something that's just totally unacceptable and should have been caught, or if it's something that we could obviously just give the benefit of the doubt. We'll see you tomorrow morning with a hot button check. This one is about Wolf Crone, K-Brad, some heating, some accusations of stealing, of cheating. It's juicy, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Much love. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.